Hello everyone and welcome back to Foundation as we tune and shake to the medieval soundtrack in the background. Now, the city is coming along. I mean, the village is coming along. It's no city yet, oh my goodness. We are far away from that. But at least we have a small working village with a very, very busy marketplace where lots of stuff being sold right into my pockets. Pockets is the word that we have right now for starting this episode off, because we have 700 coin once more. We're pretty full, we're pretty staffed with money, and with that we can finally purchase a new territory, and boy, I would like to do this. We could now really move towards the next area here that we have. Let's go ahead and do this. We do have the coin. I would like to purchase the territory. We do have the option of a couple of territories available here in this very rainy world. Oh, it's clearing up once more. The weather is changing so rapidly there all the time. There we have some fish deposits here, as we can see, or fishing grounds. But the fishery works across the territories, right? So we don't need to purchase this one necessarily, and I really wouldn't like to, because this makes more sense from a city building perspective. Early on, we do have a beautiful big beach here, and it just makes sense for me to purchase this one. 500 coin, bye-bye. We still have quite a lot of coin there, and of course it's piling up again, though we need to pay for each territory upkeep there as well. So once again, right now we are paying 16 per day, really, it seems. Average daily balance, I think it's for the month, and in this case here we're making some good coin. Now let's go ahead. The fisher's hut produces fish, once again also a bit of upkeep, and we can place this sexy building here now somewhere on the river bank, somewhere here I guess, and there you go, our first fisher. We could have several of them, of course, and fish is going to be our next ingredient for my people. Now also something on the other side of the village is happening here. My dairy farm is finally working. We get the first 6 milk in, and I'm eager to sell it to my people, right? So the market needs to grow. At the moment, berries, bread, common close. Berries is looking fine too, but what we can do now is I can add another another market table here. Yeah, let's get closer to the town hall, right? We could then have, I guess, 2 more here. Have a beautiful proper marketplace. Let's have the next one here actually. Right, Joe. Let's have also a tent. Yep, we could do this. The tent is really huge though, right? As long as we don't have a proper market. Should we have these guys here already? I think not. Let's just make a normal one out of this one here and have another food stall here. That's going to be for the milk. For the fish, I still need to wait a bit. And by the way, fish we need to assign now here then as well to the granary, which will be the last item. So the granary is then also full. The same, fate basically that the warehouses have, where we already have a second one with the coal now. And then we probably will need to assign the, more tools then soon to that, if it comes to that we actually can produce some tools. Tools is fine, by the way. We're still prospecting over here. We're still trying to find something. Hurry up, please. What is taking you so long? No idea. It seems to be really hard finding something there in the mountains. Holy cow, 4 more villages are joining. We have 10 unemployed villages right now. There's a huge flood really of people coming into our town. First of all, we have now this area, so this can all be residential, of course, if we want to make it like that. And of course we can. So let's go ahead. Some residential area there as well. And then of course also some extraction area here, so we can chop down these trees if required. And I'm pretty sure it is going to be required. Stone is still lasting. That's a good thing for us, so we're going to need that. Very good. The market stand is ready. We can assign a 4th worker to that. And now we are going to sell milk. There you go, a 4th product. Every product, of course, means more money for us and more variety for my people. Now I can also see that my clothes is going down. We are not having enough wool, so I will definitely need a second sheep farm that we're going to have in this upper region there. Not the dairy farm, but the sheep farm that we should have somewhere over here. It's there, perfect. And we already used this area, so we might just have another sheepy over there then, close to the cows, right, on our farmer hill, as I would like to call it. And I think that's just going to be fine here. That's 1 more, and my weaver hut can actually have 2 weavers employed, so I'm going to assign a second one to that. And my tailor though is busy with 1 enough, but yeah, cloth is not coming in so much. So I hope with that we're going to counter that just a tiny bit. Definitely also assigning a second one to the baker. We have enough flour really, and I just want to provision for more people since we are 40 now, right? We definitely should be working on these 170. Another thing that we should be preparing for is the 50 population cap, right? So we were warned about this at the beginning of the game, that once we start with that, we definitely will need to have some protection. And for that, we do also have the wooden keep over here, allows the recruiting, training and housing of an army. And this is in the kingdom area here. So let's go ahead with the keep, the wooden wall and the large stone wall. Let's just purchase all three of them here. And the keep is now available, and it makes it possible for us to have an army basically. Also, the Lord Manor is adding... we could have a guardhouse there as well, so this would be keeping people safe as well. I think it might actually make sense to do this right now. We can have it in a small extension, right? So this house here in the back can actually have 2 extensions on either side, which is just really cool. And let's add it to this area for now, and then we're going to add it on this area here too. And that's just basically a room where we can employ someone once more, or we just get more treasury out of that. Another villager joins, 41. We're coming closer and closer to the magical 50. Some other thing that I would like to have now is, well, alcohol. We don't have that yet, and every village, of course, needs some proper alcohol. I mean, gotta look at that first. The graphics of this game, I just love it. Up front, it's also lots of details. I don't like the villages that much, even though they have their own creepy doll-like style, but if we move a bit closer outside, it's just really well looking there. Lord Manor, the next building has been built. Oh, I'm being interrupted with my plans once more. We can now add in this extension here the guard house, right? And the guard house will make sure that we are being safe. Let's add 2 guards to this one here and also reduce the unemployment rate. This is, by the way, also affecting our immigration right now. Employment is low, and thus the immigration is also low because basically we don't have that many jobs right now. 2 guards are being assigned. There they are already. And they're marching now through the city, hopefully doing something. Or they're just in here. I have no idea about that yet. We'll just see about that. Have I sold some milk here, by the way, already? I haven't. We have milk in store, but no one likes to purchase milk, it seems. That's very strange. We might need to make cheese out of that. Could be, could be. Yeah, so let's get the cheese making first on the way. I would like to place the cheesemaker in here because we got this very strange gap right now in the center of the town that I don't like so much. So I will need to move the stone cutter camp. Unfortunately for that, I will need to build a new one, which costs me some tools. Other than that, we should be golden with that. Let's just have it a bit further here on the back behind the stonemason at the moment. There it is, right? We have 33 stone for the moment. Let's get rid of the stone cutter camp right now. Not really needed anymore. And now what we can do is we can build the cheesemaker into this area there. So there we have the cheesemaker. It fits in perfectly right into this corner there. And we do have then roads in the front and in the back, and also a nice little plaza in front of it where we can still add some new things. Right, let's have the cheesemaker for now. And it's also very close to my dairy farm, so where the milk comes out, and it goes then right into my cheesemaker. And bear in mind, the roads here, we are clipping with the roads there at the moment, but of course the roads will just move a bit more to the sides then, and well, where people don't march through all the time, it gets reclaimed by nature again. So it will automatically adjust itself around the cheesemaker then to look fantastic. Alright, how's it looking with my fisher, by the way? That's still... it's taking its time. Oh, and my bailiff only found stone once more. It took him quite some time. What the? Were you hiking in the mountains all the time? Once again, we do need to reassign and select a mandate. And right next to it, this one here, we need to look out for now. Please get me some iron there. We still don't have that. Still, no one purchases milk. Alright, I really need to make cheese out of that. Ah, and there's the guards. They are making sure that hopefully nothing bad happens here. The next sheep farm is finished. Let's spawn some sheep and let's add a shepherd to this one. Perfect. Also, no access to service. Oh, is this full again? Yeah, the church is full. 35 people. Let's just see if we can still edit this one. I could. No, towers unfortunately don't add anything, right? They are just for decoration. That's it though. I do need these smaller wooden extensions that we can have here. I already have one there. Doesn't look so good anymore. I could have a bigger one out here in the back. Let's make 2, right? So this is fine. That's a bigger extension on the back here, costing me some more planks and tools. And with that, we can make the church a bit bigger while still keeping the symmetry intact, hopefully. Oh, and it had to happen at some point. It is winter. The harvest is past, the summer has ended, and we are not saved. And the yields of basically everything is going down by 75% of berries, wool, milk, wheat. Ooh, I still have some wheat, we have lots of bread, but winter is going to be long. Water needs 50% longer, food lasts 25% longer. Every production basically is going down. That's pretty bad overall. And it's starting to snow as well. At least the sheep maker is coming along, even if we're not making that much milk anymore. We can still make some cheese out of that. And by the way, let's get rid of that here and actually change it to cheese, right? So we don't want to get now the milk transported over there, and here we want to have the cheese. Because the milk is being stored in the dairy farm anyway, the 50 here. And then it goes over to the cheese maker then. 7 unemployed. Over here, the stone campfire is almost finished as well. 2 more villages. We're at 43 now. And come on, finish that. Perfect. There it is. Fisherman has been finished and is starting to work now. Alright, we also have another promotion time, of course, and we got a lot of newcomers, right? It's all of them here. 10 newcomers in the last season. That's insane, really. Let's pay all of them. Let's promote all of them. And then we have 5 of them that would like to promote 2 commoners. Let's also do this one here. Pay us the money, but of course we're getting this one back again after some time. Now there's the fisher coming, and she should now be going out there to sea. And yes, she's driving, or well, she's swimming over here and starting to fish. Perfect, because we're going to need that fish. Several houses are being upgraded as we speak, and also new houses are being built. Perfect. I like expansion. And even this one here is upgrading to the next tier, despite being so close to the sawmill there, right? Because we have the bushes and the trees in front of it. And by the way, since there is nothing really here that's separating it, we might also just add a nice wooden fence or something like that is separating here the sawmill with the rest. There you go. That should be fine already. I love those smaller details that we can add basically everywhere. Hooray! Also, my cheesemaker is done. Let's add 2 of them, even though I think 2 will be too much there for the milk that we have at the moment, but let's just try it out. 2 of them, we need to also kind of like push down the unemployment rates there. And look at that, it's actually looking pretty fine. The stone cutter here still needs to be built, and then that's that, but it's already looking like it's always been there. The road kind of like it's going around it. Perfect. As we can see, adjusting itself there just a tiny bit. And I'm happy with how this one looks for now. We still have the stone that should eventually go away there too. And there's a trader coming in, hopefully giving us some tools. Perfect. And also, well, actually purchasing a lot of stuff from us. Now, the church is going to 40. And 45 it will be with that. And that was actually already full again. Pretty insane. Stone cutter is built. Let's assign 3 miners to that. We need a lot of stone for the refined stone, polished stone, right? Another village is joining, 44. And the extraction zone should still be active. Perfect. Here, almost all the trees are gone now too. There's still something here. Let's get rid of those trees there. The sheepies need some ground after all. And over here, what I could do now is starting my hops plantations. By the way, food is still looking fine. The first cheese is also coming in, so I'm expecting it to be sold now here any day. That should be happening then. We have 4 market centers. Perfect. And over here, far outside, we can now go ahead with our next production chain. That is the hop farm. And this one cost me 15 polished stones, which is actually quite a lot. It just makes sense to have it over there, because that's the flattest area that we have for now. And it's also next to the grain farms, right? We're going to need a lot of space there for the farms, I think, because sooner or later we're going to need a second one for sure. Let's have our hops plantation then just here. bit further outside. And residential wise, we can actually grow still into this area there. But I think that's the end over there for now. And we still have, of course, plenty of space here to expand in this area, as we can see. By the way, lots of space here still. So let's go ahead and do this. And here, for those areas, since there's more roads coming up now, we could then also add more and more ornaments to further increase the attractiveness of the surrounding areas, right? So close to the... it's a bit difficult, actually. There we can definitely have something like one bush and then probably one decorative tree on top of it. This one is growing more or less out of the bush now. And what I really don't like, I don't know if this is a coincidence, but this house built itself here just so that the road goes through it and we have fences around it, which is really cool looking, in my opinion. Fantastic. And as we can see lots of upgrades there right now happening throughout the village, and it's just getting more dense here overall. This is not being sold though at the moment. I think because we have the berries and the bread, no one purchases these at the moment. So I think berries now in the winter will go down and then they will go to cheese over there. Alright, I think they're not taking a third nourishment or nutrition type because they're just, you know, commoners. There's the monk still approaching, and we also have a new quest. Build a wooden keep. Is necessary to house and train your very own soldiers. The midwinter fast. A message has arrived from the bishop informing you that the traditional midwinter fast will begin in 2 weeks. During this time, your people will eat and drink but little and purchase fewer goods and luxuries. All workplaces except churches and markets will be closed during the holy month of the fast. Oh god, okay, so less consumption, but basically all the workplaces will be closed for some time. And these are needy times. 50 wood, we have plenty of wood really. And they want something. Let's just check what we would need. I guess labor, because there's some important text coming up then here. So let's go for the people. And we should be able to, yeah, finish this one right away. Perfect. Ah, very good. And also our hop plantation, a hop farm has been finished. Let's assign 2 workers to that and paint the crop fields. And as we can see, fertility, well, it depends once again where we have lots of trees and where we don't. For now, let's mix it kind of like with the high fertility area here and then the trees, because it was working here as well, right? If there's no other chance really. But we are still, of course, going to get rid of these trees here sooner than later, hopefully. If I do have that missing farm zone. Nah, there should not be any farm zone now missing. Farm state is growing. Paint the crop field. Let's paint it a bit over there. And then probably connect it. Yes, let's connect it here with the hops plantation itself. So that's that. Costing me a bit here again, but now we have the hops. And I think we could also potentially sell this one here then. Wants to buy, that someone of them wants to purchase beer. And, well, actually they don't. We are going to use beer for ourselves, I guess. Which is still fine. Of course, people need to drink after all. We still need one more building for that, and that is the brewery over here. We have everything for this building here. We could either have it right next to it, which kind of like makes sense to me. Or we do have it here close to my industry sector, but then we would have transportation times again. If I want to build it here, we need to get rid of the gathering hut first. So I'm going to build the gathering hut. Hopefully for the last time, we're going to move it now. Right, because we've been moving it for quite some time now. Over here is my berry bushes. I still hate those sheeps that destroyed it, the rampaging sheeps, right? And let's have the gathering hut right next to the hops plantation actually, because I think that makes sense. Building it here, let's put it on high priority, and this one here needs to go then. And instead we're going to have then the brewery just here in the spot next to my hops plantations. And I hope someone is growing my hops here then soon. Also, we just should admire really how the village is looking here in the center already, as more and more of these high tier buildings are coming up. And it's starting to look like a proper medieval town. A bit chaotic perhaps, but that's the natural order of these cities, right? They've grown organically over time. And that's just really happening here too. Also, I'm going to once again expand my Lord Manor. I can still add one more room here. That is something I should do. And I've already been surprised quite often how it's actually not looking so bad if we just place these parts together. And instead of a very bad look, it's sometimes actually looking pretty cool. We can also add some more ornaments up here. Right? Oh, Midwinter Fast. There it is now. The time has come to put aside our labors and rededicate ourselves to the Lord. All work shall soon cease as people return to their homes to fast and pray for Holy Month. Villagers will come to market at the beginning of the fast to stock up on supplies, but otherwise purchases will be limited until the fast has concluded. That sounds pretty interesting. Let's see how that turns out. I would like to add these now here. Right, so one here and one here. Some flags there. And then we have the fountain there as well. Makes sense to me. We could have a fountain here at the wall. And we could also have some more extensions here if we wanted to. Yeah, it's interesting. We're coming along here with the Lord Manor. How many more modules we can actually squeeze into that tiny area. Some promotions are available. Oh, lots of commoners here once again. 500 coin. We can do this. And then also let's pay off some of the new ones that actually made it. There you go. Now, of course, that also means that more and more clothes are being consumed. And I already can see that my clothes is running down or running low quite a lot. We have enough cloth though. Of course, no one is working now, but I think we're going to need a second tailor workshop soon. We probably also need to expand on our sheep farms there. For now though, I think work has ceased now. Yeah, they're still working here. Carpenter is assigned. Production is paused. This one has stopped now. And oh, my bailiff has found iron ore. Holy cow! Finally, we have a new ore. There it is, iron deposit. We can finally do something here and build a quarry that we can then exploit and finally start producing our own tools. That is a pretty important milestone. Gosh, that took us some time and also some money. Nothing I can do about this. The Winter Feast is upon us. We already have more work ahead of us and also a tournament to start soon because my people want entertainment. If I want to get them to citizens, well then entertainment is another major step up there. Stay tuned.